Hey everybody, welcome back to 9 Acres. I'm Dale. So glad that you're here. Well, I already put out one of the videos for this collaboration or challenge collaboration for Derek Fowler, 1973, has a challenge collaboration going on called Steercember. Well, he's going to have a giveaway on December the 20th for Steercember. So go check out his channel and then make sure you're there on December the 20th. Tell him Dale at 9 Acres sent you. So I missed a key ingredient in this challenge video series that I just decided I'd have to make another one. Because hey, who can get enough beef? Beef, it's what's for dinner, son. So the key ingredient that I missed is I'm supposed to challenge somebody. Well, let's start our meal. That's yet to come. Who's it gonna be? Who's gonna make the list? Who am I calling out? Son, this here kitchen ain't big enough for both of us. I'm calling you out, challenging you, 'cause we're just like the old Western cowboys. They ate them little doggies that fell behind the pack. Ate some of that beef. We're going to eat some beef. And I'm going to call you out. The OK Corral. Alright. Let's get this started. Enough of that corny business, huh? Howdy, y'all. Welcome to the 9 Acres. We have farming videos, cooking videos, livestock videos, and overall just share our children, our grandchild, and our life with you. We have a lot of fun on the 9 Acres. We enjoy you to stop by, sit down, have a cup of coffee, and enjoy our visit. So what are we going to make for tonight's Steercember video? Of course, we're making steer, right? We're making beef. Well, I thought I'd bring you a little different cut tonight. We're going to bring you center cut chuck steak. Where's the truck? I mean, because we've all looked at a cow and we went, well, there's the chuck. Well, who's Chuck? What's going on? Why do they call it the chuck? Well, long story on why they call it a chuck. We're really not going to get into that, but we're going to talk about where the part is. The chuck steak comes from the front half or the front shoulder of the beef. So it's basically that front shoulder, that front leg, everything in behind it, the beginning of the loin, the part of the neck, that shoulder, that 7 bone, part of the rib cage. That's all part of the chuck. So where does the steak come from? It comes from that up right above the shoulder and that center portion of that chuck. This steak can be really good. I like it because you have a bunch of different muscles coming in together. You have a bunch of different textures in there. So how are we going to fix this? We got our hot cast iron. Of course, I'm Dale. I'm going to cook on cast iron. If you don't like it, sorry, you just don't know what good eating is. So we're going to use our famous, what we use here on the 9, gar hole seasoning. Gar hole is made by Poverty Flats Seasoning Company. They are a really good company that offers a lot of scholarships to 4-H and FFA members. They're small town made, no MSG in it. So we're going to liberally cover those steaks with gar hole. And I'm going to pat that down in there. We're going to cover both sides. So what's in gar hole? Gar hole has garlic, black pepper, parsley, and salt. Pretty simple. We're going to let the beef talk, right? We're going to pat that down in. And in fact, we're going to let these steaks sit here and rest for a minute with that seasoning. Let that start bleaching down into it. Let's go ahead and get our skillet turned on. And I'll take you over there, show you these guys before they head in and meet some hot cast iron. So along with these steaks, we're gonna have broccoli and cheese rice as a side. And we're also gonna have some sliced carrots. One other thing I wanna show you. My steaks, I also added a pat of butter to each steak. Let that melt down in. We want that butter and all that good taste to go in them guys. While those cook, I'm gonna continue making my sides. I'll take you along. So our steak's cooking along just fine. We got our rice and broccoli going over here on the stove. And I've got those sliced carrots. I'm actually cheating. I'm gonna warm them up in the microwave. Because unlike some people, and the first person I'm gonna call out in this video that needs to make one of these Steercember videos is Mr. Joey at Joe Fix It For You, half of at Not For Nothing Homestead. Calling you out, buddy. I do all my cooking. Nana does get to take a break because old Dale does do all the cooking. Just saying. When Dale says he's going to make a meal for Miss Nana, Dale does the cooking. Miss Nana doesn't just have to come along and finish it all in the background. I want to see you do the same for Miss Ginger. I'm just joking around with Joey. But I am calling you out, Joey. I'm dude daring you. Make a Steercember video. Now, how you cook your steak is totally up to you. If you want to burn and ruin it and have it well, have at it. I don't want to hear you complain that it's tough. But there's nothing past medium at the most. Okay? Real men ain't theirs medium rare. Seriously, I love teasing people about that. Cook your steak any way you want. It takes a really high quality piece of meat to still be tender at well. The lower the quality of the meat, the more likely you're going to have to go towards that medium to medium rare in order for it to be tender. Or you're going to have to start adding liquid to it and a slow cooking process in order for it not to be tough. Now, chuck steak typically is not a very tender steak. We're going to have to cook it low and slow or liquid process, and we definitely want to be at medium at the most. And we're pretty close on our steaks here. In fact, I'm telling you right now, I would say if it's up to me and for me, we'd be stopping. Nana likes hers a little more towards the medium to very light well. So if we're perfect, we're actually going to shut off the heat. We're going to let that skillet do the rest of the work. We're going to retain the rest of that cast iron skillet, and we're going to let those steaks as they start cooling, they're going to suck all that buttery moisture back up into them. That's what we want. And with that being said, that's another thing. A lot of people want to take a steak directly off of heat, put on the plate, and eat it. You actually need to give that steak just a little bit of time to rest. Now, if you had a really thin steak, that may only take a minute. If you got a really thick steak, that may take a couple. But you need to let it rest so it can draw back in that moisture and retain it. So we're close to plating. I've got my rice done. I've got my side of my carrots done. My steaks are ready. Let's go ahead and make Nana a plate here. So we've got our steak, our rice, we've got that chuck steak, we've got our broccoli cheese rice, we have candied carrots, and that's supper. I'm gonna try that steak just a little bit. And yes, this plate is for Nana. I'm gonna go ahead and take a bite off of it. We've got that steak, and just like she likes it, very light, medium to very light well. Buttery taste, garlic comes through, a little bit of pepper, really good. Beef flavor, that's what I love about this chuck steak. Really, really beefy flavor. A little bit of this rice. I mean, it's rice with cheese and broccoli. You can't go wrong. And I'm not big on cooked carrots, but I'll eat those. Really good meal. Steercember. I thank Derek so much for coming up with this great idea. But I said I was going to call out more than one in here. Here's my second person I'm calling out. I'm calling out Uncle G from Audacity Dawning. I mean, I can't believe that he hasn't already jumped on this. He makes the most amazing meals that are just a little bit different, and I love them. So, Uncle G, calling you out, buddy. Make something with beef. So guys, till next time, farm on, keep strong. I love you, and so does God. Let's eat some beef. It's for dinner.